Hello, welcome to this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Wednesday, November 26th, NBA and college basketball. So we're bringing this a little late as we were trying to get as many player prop bets in there for you as well that we were looking at, waiting for everything to get posted. They are cutting into our time here to give you guys plenty of time to make these bets. Anyway, if you're new to our show or been here before, welcome aboard or welcome back. We do appreciate you showing up for the show here as we go through the NBA and basketball. It is last day of the NBA as they take Thanksgiving off, but we will have some college basketball. There's a college football game and plenty of NFL football. So we have the NFL show coming out for Thanksgiving and Black Friday as well. So make sure you join us for that here on Sports Bets for Free. All of our shows brought to you by the world's #1 sports betting app, Outlier. 7-day free trial link in the comments section, as well as the YouTube channel page. And then the Discord channel as well. Also going to be in those same two spots, the YouTube channel page and the comments section. Join a couple hundred plus people that love the same thing you do, sports wagering. Get all of our bets early, get our unit sizes, things of that nature there as well. A lot of places, a lot of things going on there, multiple cappers, and a lot of the players in there as well, throwing out what they're playing. So a lot of stuff in there. If you're into sports wagering, if you're watching this show for about more than 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure you are. So make sure you check that out. Let's get started. NBA, we'll finish up with college basketball. We'll get started at 5 o'clock Eastern time frame. Pistons, who are smoking red hot right now against the Celtics, and they're actually laying points on the road, 3.5, 228.5 total. It's been pretty simple. They've just been really, really hot. Period, end of story. The Celtics can play for about a half, it seems like, but putting the whole game together is another story in that one. We do like the Pistons here quite a bit in this one, even though on the road and laying the 3.5. We got this at money line when it's at 2.5. I still think they win at the 3.5 number here. We're just going to play it a little bit more conservative with the money line. Pistons money line first quarter, first half in game. Cade Cunningham, 6+ rebounds. Jaylen Brown under 38.5 par. Stewart for the Pistons, 3+ points in the first quarters, plus money on that one as well. He's hit that in 5 straight games. Walsh for the Celtics under 4.5 rebounds. Derek White, who I cannot figure, it just doesn't, I don't know if this is just me or if everybody else, when they're watching Celtics games, see the same thing. It just doesn't look right. He's dribbling way too much. Not used to seeing that from White. Used to seeing a little bit better defense from him as well. It just doesn't seem to look right with what Derek White's doing. He looks a little uncomfortable. Derek White under 16.5 points. Duncan Robinson, 3+ points in the first quarter. All we need is one splashy 3. Jaden Ivey, 9+ points. Duncan Robinson, 13+ points and rebounds combined. Cade Cunningham, 41+ par. Points, assists, rebounds combined. And we've got Robinson for 1+ steal. Luke Garza under 9.5 points. Caris LeVert off the bench for the Pistons, 1+ steal and block combined. Next game up, we get to the 7 o'clock Eastern time frame window. Knicks and the Hornets. Knicks 6.5, 7.5, depending on where you got it, to 38.5. I'll be really honest here. So the Hornets have been god awful. Except for Knuppel. He looks like he could be rookie of the year if he keeps this up. He is scoring at a tremendous pace. Really excited to see what he's done so far. Much better than what Cooper's put together in Dallas, but not as much pressure on him either. The Hornets have some players. I mean, Miles Bridges can play some basketball, right? Brandon Miller, I think, if he can stay healthy. LaMelo, is always a toss-up, but he's very exciting when he gets rocking and rolling. They've got some pieces. So he's not like the primary guy, which is what Cooper's had to be for quite some time since Anthony Davis went down. But he has looked tremendous. The problem with this one is the Knicks on the road. They've been god-awful on the road. I think they're, just ugly, right? They finally got a push on the road, but they didn't cover against the Knicks or the Nets. The 13-point favorites in that one, or 13.5. They win by 13. They just have not performed well enough on the road against the number anyway, right? So we had to lean to the Hornets here. I don't blame you if you don't want to play a side in this particular game. All we're doing is playing what's happened so far this season. right? And that's why we're taking the Hornets here plus the 7.5. But Hornets plus 2.5 first quarter and 4.5 first half, 7.5 for the game. Brandon Miller, 1+ block. Jalen Brunson, 10+ field goals. LaMelo, 8+ assists. Newpol again, 17+ points, 4+ threes, 20+ points and assists, 4+ points in the first quarter. Mitchell Robinson, if he's playing, 1+ turnovers plus money on him as well. Next game up. Timberwolves Thunder. This should be a fun one. 7:30 Eastern time in OKC. SGA is questionable. Our game time decision, it looked like on the injury report. That's why the Thunder are only 8.5 here. 226.5 total. We still like the Thunder. If SGA doesn't play, we expect AJ Mitchell to get a bunch of minutes here. They normally will figure out ways to get the job done. So Thunder for us in this one. We'll lay the 2.5 first quarter, 4.5 first half, 8.5 for the game. Chet Holmgren, please get your shooting touch back. You are important for this Thunder team overall, but 5+ points in the first quarter. Carson Wallace, 2+ steals and block. He can get just that in steals. Rudy Gobert, 21+ par, points, assists, rebounds combined. AJ Mitchell, under 20.5 points and assists. This one here he hasn't hit this number in quite some time, but also SGA's been playing. So that might be one you want to watch out for. If SGA's playing, he's going to go way under this number. If not, understand. Chet Holmgren, 2+ turnovers. I think he's hit this in about every game so far this season except 1 or 2. Ant-Man, 3+ threes. Rudy Gobert, 2+ turnovers. DiVincenzo, under 7.5 rebounds and assists. Next game up. So we got a big slate on this Wednesday because everybody's off Thursday. Heat and the Bucks, 7:30 Eastern time frame as well. Heat favored by 7.5 here. 237.5. Tyler Hero's back. You know, the Heat didn't cover the other night, but they did get a win. The Bucks, on the other hand, who the hell knows what's going on with the Bucks? With no Giannis, it's pretty slim pickings for the Bucks. Except Ryan Rollins is the stat sheet stuffer. And it's hard. I mean, they keep listing, what's going to happen here. And all the, I got a lot of people that want to point out when I'm wrong on an injury, especially with the people that had to tell me I was wrong and Embiid was going to play. Where the hell was he? That's the thing with the NBA. It's hard sometimes without making something at the last minute and knowing if these guys are going to play or not, right? So keep that in mind. A lot of these player props will adjust dramatically if somebody's sitting, like AJ Mitchell that we just mentioned in the game before. All we can do is try to give you the information as early as possible, is put this stuff out and let you know that what the pitfalls could possibly be on it as well. But this game here with the Heat at 7.5, we do like the Heat. It was 6.5 a little bit earlier when we got this. Heat minus 1.5 in the first quarter, 3.5 first half, 6.5 for the game. Ware, 12+ rebounds. He was a monster for us the other day. Larson, 10+ points. But that Ware at 12+ rebounds, that number has went up from his normal 10, so a little bit smaller bet there. AJ Green, 3+ points in the first quarter. Bam Adebayo, 7+ field goals. Ware, 14+ points. Ware, 25+ par in that one there. All right, next game up. We got Raptors and we got Pacers. So that bad Pacers team getting 9.5 on the road against the Raptors, who've already qualified for the quarterfinal cup play. 7:30 Eastern time frame. Let's be honest here. I mean, the Raptors, okay, I don't think they're definitely not a finals contention team, but they don't look half bad, right? They can get a little disconjointed offensively, but they don't look that bad. I mean, you got Quickly at the point, we got Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, I believe, is out in this one. They got some pieces there. Sandro has been playing okay. Grady Dick off the bench seems like he can, light it up a couple times a week off the bench for him to give him some offense. So not a bad ball club. Are they a team that would compete out west? Hell no. But out east, they got a chance to make the playoffs, I think, for sure. With the with all the craziness going out east with all the major injuries and stuff like that with players out for the season. But it's been pretty impressive so far what we've seen out of the Raptors. We like them again here in this spot. 2.5 first quarter, 5.5 first half, 9.5 for the game. Shepard for the Pacers under 2.5 field goals. Mathurin 2+ threes. Scotty Barnes 8+ rebounds. Mathurin 3+ turnovers. Decent plus money on that one, and he's been turning the ball over quite a bit. Brandon Ingram 3+ turnovers, as he's a turnover machine every game. Sandro 18+ par, points, assists, rebounds combined. Jarris Walker under 4.5 rebounds. Podol under 23.5 par, points, assists, rebounds combined. Next game up. Grizzlies, Pelicans. Pelicans, nice win for us the other night, winning straight up, let alone with the +4.5. 8 o'clock Eastern time. Pelicans at home. This line's actually came down. It was Memphis at 2.5, now down to 1.5. I can understand why Zion's back. Jeremiah Fears looks like he could be a potential all-star in the future. Derek Queen's played pretty well. They've got some, I wouldn't call New Orleans isn't going to compete for a play-in spot this year, but you can see if Zion can stay healthy where there's some bonuses. And we haven't seen DeJounte Murray at all. Jordan Poole's been hurt. So there's some pieces there. The question is are they going to be able to, after that horrible trade on draft night, given an unprotected first on something that you could possibly give away a number one pick, what are they going to be able to do? The organization's always been in flux. I mean, they had Anthony Davis, had to trade him. What's going to happen? Zion, if he could stay healthy for majority of the season, he'd probably be gone as well. What's going to happen down there? We don't know, but the Grizzlies are in flux as well with the John Morant deal. Jared Jackson, that doesn't seem to, he shows up on some games it's just all over the place. And then they've got a bunch of pieces, but they have a bunch of draft capital coming up. So, but we do like the Grizzlies in this spot. They played pretty decent ball. It's kind of like what they did last year with no Morant as well. They seem to almost play a little bit better. Grizzlies -0.5 first quarter, 1.5 first half, 2.5 for the game. Right now you can get it at 1.5 as well. Jared Jackson, 3+ turnovers. Jalen Wells, under 4.5 field goals. Jared Jackson, under 21.5 points. Trey Murphy, 4+ threes. Jalen Wells, under 13.5 points. Zion for 6+ rebounds after coming off that horrible rebounding game in his last one. And Fears, 15+ points. I know we spend way too much time on the Pelicans, right? I hear you. I'm completely with you. Rockets and Warriors. Next game up, 10 o'clock Eastern time frame. Rockets getting 2.5 on the road at Golden State. Rockets have played above expectation for me anyway. I thought they would struggle a little bit more out of the gate. They've been a little bit better than I anticipated. I thought they were going to be a 50-win team. I thought the total at 55.5 was a little bit too much. It still may be. Durant did miss a game, so Torrey Eason's been out for a while. Obviously, Van Vliet's out for the season. But Amen Thompson has really, I think, taken a step forward. Reed Shepherd's had his moments where he's looked better than expected. Adams is getting them solid rebounds. Jabari Smith, he's been okay, right? So they've got some pieces there. And if Durant can stay healthy, maybe they have more of a go-to guy. Sengun's having a little bit better season as well so far. We like the Rockets have been pretty good. The hardest team to figure out on God's green earth right now is the Warriors. You don't know what you're going to get on a nightly episode from them. They're an older team, probably not ready to ramp up till Christmas Day. That's that's another month yet. So, they're kind of figuring some things out there. Draymond's missed some games as well. They're trying to limit Curry's minutes. Butler, he hasn't got hurt yet, but normally it's only a matter of time for Jimmy during the regular season, right? So little confusing what we're seeing so far out of Golden State. Pozinski, by the way, they should have traded a while ago. He finally had a decent game when everybody else was out. But when he's not the number one option, he is not a big fan of his anyway. But the Golden State Warriors are. Rockets money line, first quarter, first half in game. Reed Shepherd under 2.5 rebounds. That's plus money. And he hasn't hit 3 rebounds, and I can't remember how many games. Amen Thompson, 13+ rebounds and assists. Butler under 21.5 points. Jabari Smith under 25.5 par. Sengun, 34+ points and rebounds combined. Moses Moody under 3.5 field goals in that one for you there. Could be an under game in that one as well. at that 224. Maybe it's one of those rock'em sock'em robot games where they just kind of beat the crap out of each other and nobody makes a bucket. 10 o'clock Eastern time frame. Spurs, Trailblazers. Blazers back at home, laying 1.5. What's there not to be excited about here, right? Spurs still, no Castle, no Wemby. So the excitement level for the Spurs goes down. You get to see a lot more of Luke Kornet and Jeremy Sochan, which everybody just loves to do, right? No. Anyway, interesting stuff to say the least out from this team. The Blazers, on the other hand, kind of exciting, but they're missing a lot of pieces right now too. Sharp, Scoot Henderson, Drew Holiday, those guys. A lot of Avita, Kamara in this one. Klingon's had. He's hit and miss. He either has a monster or he's very quiet. Jeremiah Grant's actually been good here over the last couple weeks as well. So interesting matchup here between the two. We do like Portland when they're at home. Just think the Spurs are going to have to rely a little bit too much on De'Aaron Fox. That's okay, but I just don't think this is without Wemby and Castle, they're definitely two of their bigger playmakers, I think, that make things happen. Get the excitement, energy level of the team up. It's going to be a little difficult stretch for them until they get them back. But we did play the Blazers in this one. Money line first quarter, first half in game. Sochan under 7.5 rebounds and assists. Devin Vassell under 23.5 par, points, assists, rebounds combined. De'Aaron Fox under 7.5 assists. Devin Vassell, 2+ steals and blocks combined. Klingon under 22.5 points and rebounds. Kamara, 3+ threes. Klingon under 24.5 par. Klingon under 11.5 points. Fox under 8.5 field goals in that one. Could be one of those, another game that could be a little bit ugly. Expected a lot of missed shots between the Spurs and the Trailblazers there. Total at 239.5. It's hard to play an under in a Blazers game, but wouldn't be shocked if this one does go under 2. And then we'll finish up the night, 10 o'clock Eastern time frame. If you want two more confusing teams, here we go. Suns and Kings. Suns have, were hot. I don't understand how. Dylan Brooks all of a sudden throwing up numbers I've never seen from Dylan Brooks before. Booker's been a little bit off here over the last week plus, or last 4 to 5 games at least. So they're playing the Kings in Sacramento. Phoenix, normally not a good road team either. And they're laying big time points, like 5.5 at some books, 4.5 at others. Little shocked here that the Suns are that big of a favorite. So we're going to take the points here with the Kings. Kings plus 1.5 first quarter, 3.5 first half, 5.5 for the game. Levine under 22.5 points and assists. Good one for the Suns, under 14.5 points and assists combined. Not Booker. How about Dylan Brooks, under 3.5 rebounds? When you think of Dylan Brooks, the body type, doesn't that lead you to believe that he rebounds? He doesn't. Under 3.5's been cashing for him like crazy. Booker under 36.5 points and assists combined. Keegan Murray, 6+ rebounds. Brooks. Eubanks under 4.5 rebounds. Levine under 26.5 par. Monk, 12+ points. All right, that's the NBA. We got a few college basketball games we're on as well. We're not going to go through every college game, but we will hit the ones we're on. And maybe I mentioned a couple others. As there's some early basketball as we're on one of those. Noon Eastern time frame. Vanderbilt laying 17.5 against Western Kentucky. Vanderbilt, I think, wins this one by 20 pretty easily. So we're on Vandy in this one. Minus 8.5 first half, 17.5 for the game. Then we will get a little bit later on. Texas Tech, by the way, New Orleans. Texas Tech can't ever seem to cover a big number. We're not playing this particular one. But I would look at that New Orleans plus 25.5. Then also 1 o'clock Eastern time. We're not playing this one either. We want to. I just don't know if Iowa State with a couple of injuries is going to be able to sustain what they've done so far. They're laying 8.5 at Syracuse. Syracuse, even though they haven't been winning, have been playing tough. I think the 8.5 is a smidge too much, but we'll be rooting for the Cyclones. Just no dollars involved for us on that one. And then we'll get to the next game that we're on. We'd like to play that Houston game as well, but after the last 2 nights of Houston, we're going to stick away from that game. But I think that they might have a game where they come back and be like, get rid of all this garbage. Let's get rocking and rolling. All right, and the next game that we're on is Kansas, Kentucky at 7 o'clock Eastern time frame. Kansas out there has had a couple nice wins in the tournament so far in that one there. But 3 days in a row, I don't know. And Tennessee does offer a little bit, the pretty solid team there. The totals where we're focused here at 138.5. This thing has lined up to 139.5 on a couple. I like the over in this particular spot. Kansas and Tennessee over 70.5 in the first half, 138.5 for the game. Next game up for us is going to be, we'd really like to play St. John's and Auburn, but we're going to have to pass on that one. Let's see. Michigan and Gonzaga. Gonzaga's played well. Michigan with a monster win on Monday night. This game, 9:30 Eastern time frame. How do we not? Michigan's got better athletes here. I don't see how we don't play them. Michigan money line first half. Michigan money line for the games of what we did play. And then we will finish up for us 9:30 Eastern time frame as well. NC State laying 2.5 against Texas. Now, this has not been a typical Texas team that I think's been, top 15, top 20 team, but they are solid enough here. And NC State, in my opinion, highly overrated. They're still in the top 25. They're going to drop out after a loss. We're going to take we like Texas in this spot plus the points. Texas plus 1.5 first half and 2.5 for the game. That's going to wrap up NBA and college basketball bets for us for November 26th. If you like the content you're seeing here, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, leave a comment. All that stuff's greatly appreciated for all the creators, whether it's my show or anybody else's. Always appreciate anytime you guys do that. Shows a lot of love. We do appreciate it. All of our shows here on YouTube brought to you by the world's #1 sports betting app, Outlier. If you want to get great bet ideas to hit at 60, 70, 80, 90%, if you want to find out where all the money's coming in on the books, if you want to odd shop for multiple books that you're a part of, and get the best odds for your bet. And that's how in sports wagering, I'm telling you, that's how you make the most money rather than just staying at one book. You need to have multiple options as they're going to be a big, at least juice variance, if not line variance as well, and a lot of different things. So make sure you check out Outlier, 7-day free trial in the comment section of the YouTube channel page. Also, the Discord channel is available for all of you out there. Same 2 spots, YouTube channel page and the comment section if you want to join a couple 100+ people that love doing the same thing you do. Sports wagering, if you want to get all of our bets early, if you want to get all our unit sizes, if you want to get multiple cappers that are laying down stuff. Also, other people putting in players even in the Discord, throwing down some of the parlays they're looking at. Feel free to join on in. You can do that. Like I said, comment section, YouTube channel page. Would love to see you there as well. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.